Jody who, what's up? I'm just let me know if this audio is good. I'm still getting used to this stuff. I'm here picking my waiting on my daughter to get out of volleyball, so figured I'll go live and see how everybody's doing. Oh, thanks, man. I got a lot of these shirts here. We actually sell them to raise money for my nonprofit. So my sister came up with that name. I'm Ray. I'm waking up. I'm waking up. No, man. I'm so sorry about IG. My niece helps me run that, and I get like 100 messages a day on there. I'm trying to I'm trying to get on there and be more consistent with that. I apologize for that. I actually probably got to bring in a helper to help me with some of these messages somehow. I don't ever want to sound like I don't want to return somebody's message or something, but it really is hard to keep up on. You can understand me? Audio's okay? Somebody told me to use these AirPods and it would be better. I guess hit the like button. That's what they keep saying. I'm talking fine? All right. Audio seems clear. That'll work. Um, I had a lot of questions. I'm not used to the live stuff. So people had a lot of different questions for me that I'm trying to get to, and I'm getting old, man. I spent a lot of years getting beat up in a boxing ring and on a football field, and had a lot of concussions, so my brain is foggy sometimes. It's hard for me to keep up, especially when I need glasses now too. So I'm doing good today. Just waiting on my daughter to get out of practice, so I had a little bit of time. Um, had a lot of questions about, I guess, my background and why I say the things or like to speak out. Um, so what really started I guess what put me on or whatever you want to say, what made people made some videos that people like to listen to and pique people's interest was the First Amendment stuff. Like years ago, when I started in police work, there was always this thing about other cops would get so upset when people would record them, and it always confused me. It never bothered me a bit. Um, and it was actually in my state, there's a statute that says you can't record audio, so that was always the fallback, and guys would uh, say, "Well, you can't. I don't give you permission to record me." And to me, I never understood that. It never bothered me. We're public servants. We're working for the public, and we should act like we're on video all the time. So that really bugged me. And then it's something that I never spoke too much about. I just seen a lot of it happening. And when that law has since changed, and I saw this thing, it was years back. I saw a First Amendment auditor, the very first one I've ever seen. It was actually Phil Hernandez, who's I love that dude. Like High Desert is what he's called. I started seeing him. I was like, man, this is what I'm talking about. Um, he just sitting there and knows his rights, knows the statute, knows what he's allowed to do in public, and he would just call these officers out, and they were like, they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to react, and it was I really thought like, yeah, this is actually exposing number one ignorance and number two bully cops. And I'm like, man, this is such a I thought it was really I had never heard of it, so I thought it was like really like, damn, this is important because yeah, there you go, High Desert Community Watch. That's what it was. Um, so I really started. I got obsessed with watching him. Phil's actually a funny guy. Um, he's like hilarious the way that he knows what he's talking about, but he's like sarcastic at the same time, and I just got a kick out of him. And he was right. Like you can stand in public and film cops, and it's almost like the perfect bully exposer because once a cop, number one, he should know that it's perfectly legal to film in public. An officer in the middle of his duties, but once the cop finds out that he's not going to be able to do anything with this, like push around this citizen who knows their rights, it kind of exposed them. It like made like, dude, yeah, you do look stupid right now, and you should stop doing this. This is actually a violation of their rights. So that's really when I started watching it, and it really fascinated me, and I just kept silently keeping track, and I studied different states have different rules, but ultimately it comes down to the Supreme Court of the United States and the First Amendment. Everybody has a right, a public servant in duty. while on duty to film them from a public place, and that's just the way it goes. And why this hurts so many cops' feelings, I don't know. I don't know. Um, so yeah, that started my fascination with the whole thing, and I started just kind of speaking on it, and people would send me these. And once I spoke on it once, I ended up getting the attention of Sean Reyes for Long Island Audit. It was actually he's a friend of mine, and he had me on his show, and it was just kind of a community that I understood, and I'm like, yeah, you guys are all right. Like this is something I totally support because it's the right thing and it's the law. So that's kind of how it started. And then people started sending me videos, and I would just comment on them. And it just makes me it appalls me that this stuff still goes on. That why do I keep seeing these videos? And you always get these people that act like I'm just trying to trash cops. No, I'm tired of seeing it. I've said this a million times. Like, if I went to the doctor or to the dentist and he pulled the wrong tooth, he's not a professional. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I look at it the same way. If you're a cop and you don't know the basic First Amendment rights of the Constitution, which you swore an oath to, if you don't know that and don't know that he's able to do that without you making a fool of yourself and violating rights and making us all look bad, then you shouldn't be in this industry. That's basic. So I started calling it, and yeah, it keeps happening. Like, dude, why? I don't understand. Why is there more and more all these videos? Like, you'll get a Sergeant Tough Guy walk right up to the camera, make a spectacle of himself, and it just has to stop, man. It makes if we would just admit that we have to put this in number one, um, stop doing this and make this as fundamental as and as common knowledge as breathing. That this is the right thing to do. They can film us, yeah. Matter of fact, I encourage them to film us peacefully, um, and hold us accountable. We need to be. Low Contra, that's my guy right there. Yo, that's my guy. I gotta send you a book too, man. I remember I thought I told you I was gonna send you a book. I got a bunch of those I gotta send out. Um, let's see. And the cops will show up to an audit, tell people that there's nothing they can do. They don't themselves respect the First Amendment. Yeah, I mean that's what it's perceived as. Um, I appreciate. Good evening, man. I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to get to some of these comments. Everybody has a right to film. I understand. There's a problem. Like, if somebody's right up on you and you're in a traffic stop, I understand that. But obviously, if you see so many where there's somebody way across the street and the cop will approach them, um, I you need to still obviously you still be safe. But what is the threat of a camera that's over there? He's not going to do nothing to you. Um, mm, yeah. So there is some things I support more the ones that I see that do it what I say I think ethically. I never will condone um, heckling. I mean, you can sit there and just call names, but I think it's better if you just sit there quietly, like I seen the ones that I originally liked. Just sit there quietly, film, and hold people accountable. That's I think that's the way it needs to be, and it goes good. Why do cops not know the difference between we should. It should be harped on in all the academies. But I think a lot of it is kind of just like a power thing. There's way too much of that. There's so many egos in the cop profession, and something I never understood. We have enough. I mean, we're given our power by the state, so why do we have to feel that we're better than anybody? A lot of it is just a power thing. They have to be in control of everything in every situation. But really, that's kind of it's detrimental because you come across as you have to win every time. Um, and it's really it's a difference between it's a mixture of not knowing what the people's rights are and having too big of an ego and trying to be a bully a lot of the times. I've just always taken I've taken the approach to policing that God bless me with this job. I'm no better than anybody on the street. I do have the He's given me the power to enforce the law when I need to enforce the law. But like I'm no better than the biggest addict that's sitting there on the curb. Like I'm just I'm a broken human being that has faults like everybody. And I don't feel that I can't stand two things in the world I can't stand is bullies and racism. And I can't stand when a cop just comes down as condescending. I think it's from personal experience. I think it's from things that I went through. I mean, you can't tell me that there's not bully cops or there's cops that haven't violated rights because it's happened to me. Like growing up, like I've had some horrible interactions with police officers that I know because I know the rules now. I know they were violating my rights. I'm not into to getting people canceled or throwing people under the bus, but so people always want me to name names. I'm not going to do that, but I'm telling you from experience, I've had multiple horrible run-ins with cops where I know it was made up PC. I know there was no PC. I know this was not a constitutional stop because I know the rules. I hit my 20 years next year. And that's the biggest problem, Jody, is most cops come off as condescending. And I hate that. I call that out in a heartbeat too. Um, I hold the people that I work with. I'll call them out in a heartbeat. Don't be no punk. Don't act like no tough guy. I can't stand that stuff. Uh, Train to fear citizens at all times. That's a I've had that debate quite a bit. That's a whole nother live. We'll talk about that one maybe the next time. I would like I wish that I would be able to be more vocal or to show. I know that Sean teaches at departments now. I know that we need this training at different departments now. We need to be humbled when it comes to knowing we should know the Constitution. Period. The amendments and like the Bill of Rights. We should know all of that stuff. And being that it's what we swore an oath to, we also swore an oath to be cherish and take care of the citizens. Talking down to people is not taking care of the citizens. Seems like all the good cops are quitting. You know what? You know what did happen though? What I did notice, you would see, um, yeah, there you go. You don't have to be a cop or a lawyer to know the law. When we all got body cameras, you saw a lot. You saw a mass exodus of the ones that couldn't bully no more. All the ones that were used to doing whatever they wanted whenever they wanted. I guarantee. Check out the statistics on that. There was a lot of tyrants that didn't want them body cams. I welcome them. I love the body cam. Say what you say watch everything I do. I just forget to turn that thing off sometimes when we go to the bathroom. That's embarrassing. I'm told you I'm old and slow sometimes. Let's see. James, I thank you, man. Yeah, I'm with Michigan Crime Time. I understand that. I've seen guys that are acting like auditors, but they're just out there. I mean, they're calling names. They're almost getting in cops' faces. Being purposefully confrontational. That's really to me. That's not that defeats kind of defeats the purpose. Yeah, you do have a First Amendment right um, to say what you want. I understand it and I respect that. But when you say threatening things or like, man, when I really think, man, is this dude, if he's making statements that are are easily construed as, man, he may be a threat. That's different. That's really just heckling and you're trying to bait an officer. I've seen a lot of videos like that, and of course you're going to get a reaction out of most people because man, someone's calling me and saying what they're going to do to me when I get off shift. I'm gonna look around like, who is this talking? Obviously, you're going to get a response. Will you find that calling outside of law enforcement has anything to do with what you do on social media? I actually teach a couple. I teach a class now. Actually, a couple different ones now. One on internet safety, and I teach one on mental health for cops. That I really really enjoy doing. That might be my fallback, and when I retire. Oh, that's a good point, Martin. Cops get fired here and travel over there and get rehired. Uh, that's a problem too. I've seen, man, in my time, I've seen some people that didn't need badges that either got chased away, failed out, or got fired. And then you look on different platforms, and you see that they got hired way over at a different department. Like, man, that stuff. There needs to be legislation to keep these bad or these tyrants, these proven tyrants, from being able to get hired at other places. Um, that's a problem. I understand. I mean, look at the George Floyd thing. When that dude have I don't know if he switched departments, but he had all kind of write ups and all kind of use of force issues and how do you have that many how many things on your record and you still have a badge? I don't get that. Yeah, Long Island audit. Man, Sean is my guy. He is making a movement, man. That's my dude. I talk to him quite a bit. Didn't you one time in one of your videos say that you don't see yourself as a hero? No, I really don't. I, I don't see myself as a hero at all. I don't like that all cops are heroes thing. You know why? Because I've been in this business 20 years, and a lot of these guys, these are, I've seen a lot of things that are anti-hero. Um, I don't see myself as a hero at all. I don't. I see myself as blessed to that God gave me this position, but I'm not a hero. I'm a flawed human being that has been given a position where I can enforce the law, but I'm not no hero. They pay me okay. I can't complain. I don't have the an educated background. I'm not a college educated person, and I'm blessed that I have this profession. Yeah, Chicago is pretty dangerous. I teach in Chicago all the time. I teach at Chicago public schools, my classes, and I love Chicago. My mama's from the South Side, and yeah, it's a lot of dangerousness over there. It breaks my heart. Joe Cool, I appreciate it. Good to meet you too, brother. Tyrant Terminator. Is he? We had one come to our city. That might have been him. And I was mad. I was nervous because they did come to our city, and I know the guys that went to that call, and they did well. I will give my PD credit, but they did well at that audit. They had the school. I believe it was the health department. They I thought they could have been a little friendlier, but that's just my personality. But they did well. They didn't ID the guy. They knew what the rights. And we had a long discussion afterwards. So it actually that auditor coming to my city opened up a lot of discussion because I've been trying to hammer into these guys' heads like, man, they can video record. Don't nobody don't. You need certain things to ID. You need reasonable, articulable suspicion to ID anybody if they're in public recording. Leave them alone. So that we did pass that one. There may be more though. Yeah, I understand that the cops that turn off mics and cameras at various times like that, that's a no-no. We've passed there's policy at our department. You can't touch it. You can't mute it. You can't touch it. You're on a call. That thing stays on. I don't care if it's an 8-hour call. That thing stays on, and you don't touch it. That needs to be enforced in every PD in the country. Um, I'm big because what are you muting it for unless you have something to hide? Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, I agree. Low contrast. There's I mean that's a big issue. If you are canned from a job, I don't understand how you get hired at another place. I really don't. Yeah, there you go. Fee. I agree with you right there. You should lose. I think they have bills like that now. Yeah, if you guys send me videos, I really enjoy watching the auditors that are effective. It's brought up such good conversation, and this stuff. I remember years ago thinking that this stuff would it needed to be widespread. It needed people need to. I would point out like, dude, they're doing the right thing. When I used to watch Phil and on High Desert, I've been man, these guys get it. They're doing the right thing, and these cops keep effing up, and they need to be called on this. And it's gotten through. I'm actually I support it big time. Shane, I don't know how much longer my body can take it. I appreciate you though, but I'm not sure. That's up to mama. That's up to my wife when I retire. So gun registration, same in my opinion. Yep, you got a good point there, Martin. Working up the ranks. That's a question I get hit with all the time. Um, toughest case. See, I was on patrol for 11 years. My city is. I explained kind of the dynamics of my city. My city is very Zion is eerily similar. The dynamics to Ferguson. Where that Michael Brown thing. Our city is almost like identical twins to Ferguson, Missouri. Um, So I was on patrol there for 11 years. I was a detective after that for 6 years. And then I went back to patrol because they put a cap on how long you could be in the Bureau. My chief made a new rule. And no, I wasn't demoted. Everyone kept thinking I was demoted. I wasn't demoted. I was an excellent detective. But there was a cap on how long you could stay. So I went back to the road. And then they opened up a school resource officer job. And that's where I'm at now. I don't talk too much about my school resource job because I don't like to involve the kids. I love the kids. Oh my gosh, I've had such a blast in there. If they would let me film videos from the school, we would be the biggest thing in the history of YouTube. We have so much fun in that school, but policy says I can't film videos in there, so I just have to. I have to. I kind of leave the SRO stuff out. They do. I do have my big YouTube plaque in there, though. That earns me so much credibility with the kids. They love it. All my students love it. But yeah, I was a detective. Worst cases, I mean, I've worked enough homicides where I lost count. There's been some horrible ones. We've had some nationally famous ones in Zion. If you, yeah, you just go to Google Zion, Illinois murders. There's been some really famous ones. Um, I can't say that there's one or two that stand out. You probably the more famous ones that I was right there for. A couple of girls that got murdered that I was there for. Some really really bad shootings. People that I've grown up with. Actually, one of my best friends growing up was just killed by an officer. It was justifiable. There's no charges against the officer. My friend, I love him. I loved him to death. I still am shocked by what happened and what he did. But what he did was horrible, and he ended up paying with his life. That's a hard one for me because I can't separate the person that I knew growing up as a child. That we were really really close friends. I still loved him no matter what he did. He's gone. I miss him. I still love him to this day. But that's a tough one for me. But I've seen a lot of. We have shootings all the time. Zion does. I've seen a lot of really bad ones. Hillside College free class on the Constitution. Yeah, this needs to be. You always need refreshers too when you're going over case law, constitutional law. You know who else I watch and I get a kick out of? Um, I'm trying to think of the name. Oh, it'll come to me. But I do. I'm a fan of a lot of auditors and a lot of different video shows. Do I receive backlash, problems from the staff, and your stance on these issues? Yes, all the time. But you know what? My motto is: I answer to my Father. I don't answer to people. I answer to God because I speak what I believe is the truth, and my truth doesn't sway. I have principles as a man. My uncles taught me that growing up as a man. My heroes in this world, people people that I looked up to in the streets, taught me these fundamentals as a man. You speak the truth. You don't sugarcoat it. You speak your mind, and I believe that I'm speaking the truth, and I answer to God. So I'm not afraid of any backlash. It don't matter to me. I don't live for the validation of someone who doesn't like what I say because I'm going against the blue, or who wants to inbox me that you can't play both sides. You ain't gonna stop. You just fuel me when you say stuff like that. You validate why when you're speaking the truth, people are gonna and people start hating you for it. You know you're doing something right. And I know I'm speaking the truth. But good question, Marcus. Appreciate you, man. I guess hit the like button. I don't know too much about lies, but hit the like button because everyone keeps saying that. The like button. Yes, I'm a supporter of the Second Amendment. Illinois is a little different. Look up Illinois. There's been fights in the courts about who can carry, and the whole Floyd card thing, and the constitutionality of all that. But yeah, I'm a huge guy. I'm not a gun freak. I'm not a gun nut. But I support citizens who are able to carry. Go ahead and carry. We need. Lord knows there's enough people out there that carry that want to do bad things. Might as well. We need the good citizens to be able to combat that. Carry. Do higher ups review body cam footage? In my PD, they do, I know because I get, I've got like we screw around with the body cam a lot of times at work with the kids. They always want to hit my body cam at school, so yeah, they'll watch it and they get a kick out of some of it. But yeah, they do watch it and they need to stay on that. And that's another thing about PDs, like chiefs. In your PD, and cops get mad at me for saying this, but I'm telling the truth. Every PD knows which ones are the tyrants, which ones are the tough guys, which ones are the confrontational bullies. Everyone knows who they are in the PD. If you're lying if you say that's not the truth. And that's why I encourage, like, bosses, you don't recognize this and you're acting like you're blind. You should be reviewing those guys even closer. Like, these are the ones that get you sued. These are the ones that get you get you jammed up. The ones that keep having all these confrontations with people. Like, if you know how to talk to people and do your job right, then you won't have all these confrontations. Every other person that you arrest won't resist you. You know who they are, and you should be reviewing them closely. You can see what they do and call them out. I was on the Vice talking about that on one of those Vice things with. I'm so old. What's the guy's name? Who was on there with me? He's a real famous cop from Arizona. He's got his own show. Uh, Tatum. I was on there with him. We were talking about this. When I was a minor, law enforcement would bring you home when you got in trouble. More confidence in parents and the courts. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. We need to bring it back. Forget that. One of the worst things that ever happened, in my opinion, in policing is the militarization of the police. I believe that started in the 60s. And it's huge, huge mistake. Um, you know why? Because I'm not in the military and I'm not at war with anybody. When you have a military mindset, you have to have an enemy. That's how it was. That's the mentality. When we were kids and we played little army people, and you were in the you were acting like you were militaristic. You had an enemy. Um, you didn't treat people as your equals. You treated them as opposition. And all to me, all the military mindset just means it's us against them. I'm not at war with anybody. I'm trying to bring people together. Yes, body cam footage is automatically uploaded. This is true. Long Island audit. What's up, Sean? News Now, South Carolina. No, I have not. If you guys want to go, just mention me, or I think you can tag me maybe in some of their videos. I can check them out. Let's see. Mandy, I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching, man. I'm just honored that anybody would watch. Uh, what do the bad cops tell me about my videos? Oh my gosh. That's a whole nother life, man. How many inboxes I've had, how many of them troll me constantly. My face has been put on other videos. I've been called a sellout, play both sides, you name it. It makes me laugh, actually. I get a kick out of it. Don't matter. It just validates that I'm saying something, that people are listening, and the people that have a problem with what I say, they're the problem. I'm speaking up for citizens' rights and the Constitution of the United States and loving people. My message is to spread love. Um, First and foremost, and don't and I never shy away from this. I'm a Bible believing follower of Christ Jesus, and He would have me speak the truth. He spoke the truth, and I'm not Jesus, but He condones like speaking the truth. And people that were against Him, they were the issue. They didn't want to hear the truth. Uh, Big Nick, is he the guy from Florida? There's another one from Florida. I love that dude. Is that Big Nick? Another one I love is it We the People University? I watch him all the time. Israel, is it Israel? His name. Um, Good dude. Really, really informative. Audit the Audit. That's another one that I really, really love. Yes, I get mad when I see bad cops on the videos. It drives me crazy. That's why I call them out. It needs to stop. I'm tired of seeing it. News Now Ohio. My email, you can check. Go to my website, mfbyouth.org. All my information is there. If you guys want to email me, I don't have that much time to do shows right now, but because I'm in between houses and I'm in the school. But summertime, I should be more free. Long Island audit. Yes, that's. I look sad. I'm not sad. I'm just hot. It's hot, and I'm actually very happy. Let's see. Haven't met Joe Cool. Maybe I'll check him out. The Netherlands, huh? So there's a lot of places that I'm shocked that we sent gear from my father's business to Australia, to Ireland, Germany. Um, there's some cool places that I never know was watching. Now Jamaica, all Jamaica, since my wife turned Jamaica upside down, they'll watch me down there now. So yeah, check out some of my videos of my wife going crazy in Jamaica. She is hilarious. My wife is the funniest woman on the planet. She is more energy than anyone I've ever met. She's a trip. I love my Tennille. That's my baby girl. 40, yeah, let's I guess hit the like button. I keep seeing that. I don't know the a computer from a bowl of zucchini. So you guys advise to help me out on that because I'm a moron when it comes to technology. Yeah, yeah, the whole bootlicker thing. Um I don't like to call names. That name actually makes me chuckle because there's a faction of people that no matter what cops do, they'll find a reason to support them. I put a video up not too long ago, and it's this cop, and obviously the mother is being combative. There's having some sort of difficulty with ID, and he's trying to take the mother into custody. 14-year-old girl gets out. She's standing at the back of the car. Obviously, she shouldn't be outside the car, but she's crying for her daddy on the phone. It's obvious. I can see it in the video. So the guy and the officer had to have seen it and heard it. Um, Her hands are free. She's standing back here by the B pillar, and she's on the phone. Both hands you can see, and he screams at her, "Get in the car!" And then he draws down and points right at her, his gun. And I was just like, "Why so many people think that's okay? Like, that's a little. It's a 14-year-old girl. I'm waiting for my 14-year-old daughter right now. She's crying for her dad. What kind of a deadly threat is that?" And they'll come with it's just my opinion too, but I don't understand that mentality. They'll come with, "Oh, well, 14-year-olds can kill." Well, I understand that, genius, but she wasn't a deadly threat at the time. So I don't get that mentality that a cop can just do what he wants when he wants and then articulate why he was thought his life was in danger. His life wasn't in danger. There's a 14-year-old girl crying on the phone. So that's the type of mentality I don't get. Why do we? There's a lot of people that would just no matter what a cop does, it's, "Oh, well, they you don't know what they do or their lives are in danger." Like, yeah, in certain situations, but not these ones. Mm, let's see what we got here. Hey, Mickey Beard, that's my guy. Zion guy right there, through and through. Appreciate you, man. Zion is one of the coolest cities on earth. If you guys didn't know, the city I'm from. You know, my mayor played in the league. My mayor, Billy McKinney. Shout out to the mayor. I love that job. Talk to him all the time. He supports the heck out of me. So all the trolls that try to email chiefs and mayors, they you ain't gonna get nowhere with that because they know that where I come from, they know what I stand for, and that I love people, and I'm just trying to bring people together. But Billy McKinney, man, he played. He's very humble. Played in the NBA. He was a legend. Northwestern Hall of Famer, University of Northwestern University in Chicago. Now he's our mayor. He's from Zion. Zion dude. Mayor McKinney, what's up, my guy? God knows and sees you. Yes, I know he does. I thank him for saving me. Let's see. How do I weed out? I get that question a lot too. People think that because I call out bad officers um, that I can just start going and arresting officers bad that I see. What happens when I early on in my career I started doing this? This is not something I just started doing. Right when like early in my career, I'm a grown man. I'm gonna speak my mind. Like y'all, don't do that. Don't pull. I used to and forget my language. I used to say this common saying, "Don't do that cop shit in front of me," and I made it clear. Um, that I'm not going to tolerate you guys disrespecting citizens. It's how you walk and present yourself. So a bad cop or a bully or a tyrant, they ain't going to do that in front of me. Um, it just doesn't happen when I'm around, and that's been like that for a long time. I remember I've gone off on a few people, and yes, I have testified against an officer before. I'm not into naming names, like I said. It has happened, and everybody knew it, and they just knew that. Okay, Thornton ain't gonna play that. I'm not gonna do that dirty stuff or any of that stuff around him if they have the potential to. So it's really it goes hand in hand because the more you're vocal about it, the more people will see that okay, even the bad ones won't do that around you, but the young ones will follow suit because they'll see it's effective. People on the street will talk to me. They know I love and care about them. When you're good to people, honey gets you farther than vinegar. That's ancient saying. But when you love people, they love you back. The good cops that sit back and watch the bad cops, to me, that's there's no excuse for that. How are you not calling it out? Somebody hurt somebody uh, that I see, or if they would dare to do it in front of me, or if I hear about it and I see it, like I'll march right up to the boss. Why is he here? Why is nothing being done? I would do that in a heartbeat. I've done it. So if you're not speaking up, then shame on you. Live in Dubai. Oh, I want to go there. You're from Texas. My granddad is from San Antonio. Let's see. Oh yeah, have you changed any officer in a good way? Yeah, I bring every. I'm very vocal about and all the rookies now that come in, they already know who I am. They know what I stand for. Most of them are. It's funny, and I don't want to ever act like I blow my own horn, but the last few was like, man, I got your book. I know what you do, man. I love your videos. Like the new ones coming in, so they know right away. I know that it's effective me speaking out because they know right away. Like, okay, this is how business is handled here. And my partners will tell you the same thing. The line steppers that I make videos with all the time, but I used to when I was in the bureau, we treat people different. We do business different in my city, and it's contagious. We're trying slowly but surely. We're trying to change the way that policing is done and perceived. Thank you. Just got married not too long ago. Thank you for the congrats. That's Stop, Listen, Think. Lake City, Florida. Wow, man, how you doing, brother? That was where, man, I hate to say this about. I think that was where Ted Bundy got convicted. Lake City, Florida. I don't make the T-shirts, but I do. I put up a link once in a while. I'll advertise next time we have the link up because these T-shirts are, man, they're all over. They're all over my city, and we've given away thousands of these in our city and sold and helped raise a lot of funds for my nonprofit. The honeymoon was fire. Amanda Santiago, look on the videos. I still have a lot of videos that I want to put out. My wife is the bomb. She is great. Tennille is awesome. New York City, what's up? I want to get out there soon. Man, I want to design a logo. I want to start a logo for the hashtag I always use, Line Stepper Challenge, because that is a direct. That's the way I see it. It ain't no line. This blue line or red line. What I don't want no lines. That's why I say Line Stepper. We're trying to crush the lines and bring people together. The line is just a divide. That's all it is. It's what it's become. Whatever it was originally designed for, people don't see it like that anymore. We need to unite and not divide. I'm tired of division. So Phil Thomas, man, inbox me, hit me on my email. I would love to. That's what I've been trying to come up with a logo from the Philippines. I got a partner that's he's a missionary out of Manila. God bless you too, brother. Oh, generating warrants from drones. I don't believe we can do that in Illinois. Don't quote me on that. Those are one. There's some things that you have to. The laws are ever evolving and changing, but that's a newer one. I got to find that one out. That'll make a good video. No, I don't fly drones. I would. I can hardly work my microwave. I couldn't fly no drones. When they lie on reports are in court, they should need a gene. That's a problem. If they don't get disciplined, that's a huge problem. Without Jesus, most people react out of fear. Yeah, I totally agree. God is a God of not a God of fear, God of faith. I'm not a pickup truck or car guy, righteous. I'm not very good at. I got a Nissan Altima that gets good gas mileage, but not a big guy like that. I appreciate you guys, Patrick True Love. Yep, accountability. People don't like to be held accountable. My wife is pretty. Yeah, my wife is pretty. Turning net. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I will have a coffee on you. That's awesome. I really really appreciate that. Never worked for the FBI. Never have. Just been a my city cop my whole career. I can get in the background of how I became a cop. It's really an unlikely story actually. I'm sure there are more cops like you. I appreciate that, Ryan. I'm making some. I'm molding these rookies. They don't get in. They don't walk in my building without me putting my arm around them, getting in their ear. I love taking care of them. Counter song. I'm a huge fan of yours from Australia. Oh, I love it, mate. I get a lot of people from Australia sending me message, man. I love you guys. It's my dream to go out there. Nola checking in. One of my favorite cities in the world. I like Ryan. I would love to have some sort of. That's kind of a dream of mine. I teach in a mental health class right now, but I would love to like get in, like show people what changing the face and changing what the perception and how you police. I would love to show how my formula works. All you have to do is follow me around. Appreciate you, Buffalo Ranch, Idaho, Baltimore. Appreciate you, Illinois. Illinois. Yeah, I've been in Illinois my whole life. I respect you right back. Is it freaking media? Respect right back, man. Ego and power. Yep. A lot of these kids don't know how to handle the power that's given to them too, and shame on the veterans for not molding them and showing them. That's a big time shame on the veterans for that. So that's part I wrote about that in my book. I teach about that in my class too. Veterans, you're the ones who got us in this predicament. White tube socks. That's great. Joe Rogan, that's great. Yeah, talk to Luff about them white tube socks. Gotta go. That should be a crime. There's a should be a statute against that. Ryan, I appreciate you, man. Um, it's just fun to be heard. I get a lot of offers to speak louder. So everyone on here, I love you guys. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. We'll try to do more lives and interact with you guys more. Um, Simply because I didn't realize going live that people would actually talk to me and that I would be able to answer some questions and just interact. Man, I do this for you guys. I love speaking up and interacting with you guys. I'm just a people person. Earn the hate. Yep. Who's got a hashtag? There's a famous who is it? It's probably a page I saw called Earning the Hate. Um, you couldn't have said it better. And we need to knock it off. All right. Well, my Jamie's about to thoughts on biker pulling over, going over. I don't chase bikers. I never have. I'm not putting myself in a position to look stupid. Maybe cops that do, they usually get dusted. So, uh, well, I appreciate all you guys. My Jamie's about to come out from her practice, but I love you guys. I'm gonna try to do more. Maybe I'll go live from my father's business tomorrow. You'll meet some of my kids, so I'll give that a shot. But have a blessed night. I love all you guys, so I appreciate you. Take care.